What's up, everybody? This is Mario, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Endurance and Mastery. And I've talked a lot about endurance over the past year with this podcast. I've talked about endurance when it comes to triathlons. I've talked about endurance when it comes to Everesting. I've talked about endurance when it comes to ultra marathons. I've talked a little bit about endurance in relationships, endurance as a parent. And I've talked a little bit about the connection of endurance and your faith. But what I want to do is I want to talk about the importance of endurance and faith. And as I was getting ready to do Everesting 29029, my dad sent me a scripture verse that I really resonated with. And I want to share that with you today. And whether, you believe in God or not, that's really up to you. I have a very strong faith. I believe in God. And what I want to do is I want to share this scripture verse and I want to just share some takeaways that are going to resonate with you regardless of what you believe in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the trailer and then we're going to get into it. Do you want to complete an endurance event and elevate all areas of your life, but you don't know where to start? Then you're in the right place. Talking Endurance and Mastery is a podcast to help you create a vision and take steps towards your goals and dreams. I'm your coach, Mario Minner. I've completed events like Ironmans and ultramarathons, but I believe the true benefit from endurance events is how they help you become the best version of yourself. Join me as I share stories, lessons, and interview guests to help you apply endurance and mastery principles into every area of your life. Are you ready? Let's go. All right. So every time before big endurance races that I do, the week before and the night before, I really start to reflect on why I'm doing it. And I always start to get a little emotional. And that's because I think about all of the people that have helped me get to where I'm at, all of the coaches, all of the mentors, all of my family, my wife, my daughter, my friends, my family, all of those people that really motivate me and drive me to do what I do. And sometimes, like I mentioned, I get like emotional. I actually almost like start crying thinking about how much I love the people in my life and how grateful I am for everything that's in my life. And a big part of that is just gratitude for God for giving me life and for, blessing me with all of these amazing things in my life. And my faith is a huge part of what motivates me. And I really feel like Endurify it is my mission. It is the reason why I was created. And I really believe that my purpose in life is to help other people become their best through endurance. That's why I just believe so much in this mission. I believe so much in the transformation that occurs through endurance events. And hopefully, you've seen that through these different episodes that I've done over the past year. Now, as I was getting ready for Everesting in 29029 last week, I got a text from my dad, and my dad is one of my biggest mentors, one of my biggest role models in life, and he's really impacted me on my faith journey. And what he did is he sent me a quote from the Bible from James 1:2, and it was something that I honestly didn't even believe. I can't believe how I just came across this because it so accurately sums up the mission behind Endurify and the purpose behind it that when I read it, I instantly just felt so aligned to it. And the title of it is Faith and Endurance. And it starts off like this. So, dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. So let me just read it one more time so that you can hear it and really think about it. So it's faith and endurance. So, dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow, for when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. And so there's just a couple of parts here that really resonate with me that I want to break down. And just that first sentence of when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. Think about, whatever your goal is or whatever you're trying to do in your life. I know things are hard. There's so many things that pop up and get in the way of our goals and our dreams and our own happiness. And a lot of that is, self inflicted. A lot of that is self doubt. It's fear. It's uncertainty. It's not knowing like what's going to happen if you put yourself out there. Sometimes there's health issues that people deal with. Sometimes there's financial issues. Sometimes there's, all of these different things that are standing in the way of our goals, standing in the way of our happiness, and things get hard. But how many times when things get hard, do you reframe it as something that's joyful? I certainly don't do that. That's not the first thing that comes to mind, but that's basically what the scripture is saying. When you face troubles of any kind, consider it an opportunity for joy. It's like, for joy, well, why would I think of joy? And that's what they get into in the second part, where just if you know that when your faith is tested or when your life is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So, through that difficulty, through those obstacles, through the things that pop up in our lives, that is an opportunity for your endurance to grow. It's basically an opportunity for you to get stronger. And it's an opportunity for you to grow in your faith in whatever way that is for you. So, whenever these issues pop up, whenever those health issues pop up, the financial issues, whenever the doubt, the fear, the obstacles that pop up, that should be joyful because it's an opportunity to learn and to grow and to develop endurance, which I know that if you can develop endurance, if you can develop that muscle of sticking with it and staying in the game, then you're going to be so far ahead of everybody else. And then the last part is that endurance leads you to be perfect and complete. So that last part is, so let it grow, for when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. Now, the reason why this resonates with me so much is that through endurance, you will be perfect and complete. And the language that I use is, it's not about the race, it's all about the person that you become along the way. And I believe that endurance can help you become the best version of yourself. And that's exactly what the scripture is saying. It can help you become perfect and complete. And I know for me, when I look at why do I take on endurance challenges? A big part of it is to, to feel loved from other people and to demonstrate that I can do anything and to demonstrate that other people are capable of it too. And it helps me feel whole. It helps me feel complete and it helps me feel like I am enough. And I know that that's something that I probably need to work on where it's just, okay, I don't need to do these endurance events to feel that love and that self-acceptance, but that's something that I'm working on. And so I think you can see why this scripture, means so much to me because it's combining a faith and endurance. And, this is something that was really meaningful to me, but when I also kind of bring it back to you and your goals and your dreams, I want you to think about these three things. Number one, when things get hard, start to think about it as a joyful thing. Okay. And why do you want it to be joyful? Well, testing and difficulties that produces growth in you as a person and it helps you develop endurance. And well, why do you care about endurance? Why does that matter? Well, because endurance leads you to be perfect and complete. And so this to me is just like the perfect scripture from the Bible. It's James chapter 1 verse 2, and it just ties in so perfectly well with the Endurify mission and with my own purpose. And so I'm really curious, what do you think about this one? Reach out to me, send me a text, 608-770-3437. Send me an email, mario@endurify.co. Did this shift your perspective on endurance? Did this make endurance seem a little bit more joyful? Did it make it seem a little bit more purposeful? I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think. But that is what I have for today. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later.